today in our reading group, we read in our Big Blue student book. You need to go to page 110. You can see that down here in the corner. Page 110, we're going to read 2 stories in our book today. The first story we're going to read is called Pat, Cat, Sam, Cat by Greg Kent. So you will see these words a lot in the story. You will see cat a lot, and you will also see Pat and Sam. Let's go down here, and we'll read the first sentence. First, I will read, and then you can read. Remember, a sentence starts with a capital and ends with a period. So we're just going to read one sentence at a time. Pat, cat. Pat, cat. Now you read. I am Pat, cat. Your turn. And then you can see Pat Cat is actually a little lion cub. Let's go to our next page. Here is our next page. It has one of our sight words that we're practicing this week in it. Actually, it has both. It says, come to me, Pat Cat. Now you read. Pat, cat, sat. Your turn. Good job. It looks like Pat Cat's mom, the mommy lion, is calling. And so Pat Cat came over and sat down with his mother. Next page. This is a different kind of cat. It's a tiger cub. Here is our first sentence. Sam, cat. Sam, cat. Now you read. I am Sam, cat. Your turn. Good job. Next page. Come to me, Sam, cat. Your turn. Sam, cat, sat. Go. Good job. And this time we can see that we have the the tiger mama and the 2 tiger cubs. And one of those tiger cubs is called Sam Cat. Okay, here is our next story. It's called Pam Cat. So it's a little bit different than Pat Cat. And our title is up here at the top in blue, Pam Cat. This was written by Louise Andreas. She is the author, and illustrated by Judith Lanfredi. All right, here's our words. We're going to read one sentence at a time. So I'm going to read you the first sentence, which starts here at the capital letter. And we're actually going to read this whole line first. Sorry, not a sentence, but this whole line first. The top line. Pam Cat. Pam Cat. Pam Cat. Now it's your turn to read. Here's the next line. It's just the same words over and over, isn't it? Pam Cat. Pam Cat. Pam Cat. Your turn. And I see how the little boy has his hands around his face here. That shows me that he is calling loud for the cat. So he's probably yelling or using a loud voice. Here's our next page. I see Pam Cat. Your turn to read. Next sentence. Come to me, Pam Cat. Your turn. Good job. And we see Pam Cat is a little gray cat kind of hiding behind that tree. Our next page says, Pam Cat sat. Now you read. And then our next sentence says, Pam Cat and I sat. Your turn. Some rhyming words in there. Cat, sat. All right, and the last page of our story says, I pat Pam Cat. Now your turn to read. Great. And our last sentence says, I pat and pat Pam Cat. Your turn. Good job. It looks like the little boy likes to have Pam Cat on his lap and likes to pat her. I noticed this word pat is a lowercase p. That means that it's like a petting or like you're touching. And then in our other story, when we had Pat Cat, it was a capital P. So that's how we know it was talking about a name, like Pat or Patrick. So please practice reading both of these stories 3 times on your own. Remember, if you need to, you can always tap out the sounds. Take your time, go slow. Good readers take their time. You don't need to be in a rush. Just do your best.